Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of a D1 athlete and a high school athlete pursuing a scholarship. With a wealth of experience to share, here's Recruit Me CEO Brent Hanks.
Welcome to the last podcast of 2020, episode 230, a 2020 Recruit Me review and how to steam into 2021. I want this episode to be a reference that you can find a subject that relates to your recruitment process. I started the podcast at the end of June 2020 as the new Recruit Me owner and CEO, so I'll review each podcast starting at episode 203. I invite you to listen or re-listen to past episodes from 2020 and even before. Please share the Athletic Scholarship Podcast with friends and family. This is a review, but I hope this information will be used to blast forward into 2021. June 23rd, episode 203, Recruiting Basics Part 7, Keeping Coaches Interested. John Fugler, the founder of the podcast, is finishing this series. This series helps you stay in touch with coaches, tells you to respond to all coaches, cast your net wide, send updates like schedules, after tournaments, test scores, and updating stats. Send one-page updates with your honors and awards. Then there's an announcement of the Recruit Me change. We go over my background and vision for Recruit Me. June 30th, episode 204. Recruiting Basics Part 8, Making Final School Choice. This is the final episode for this series. We talk about school report cards, how to score or grade your college school choices, and a list of important items. And we talk about personal decision factors. July 7th, episode 205, A Big Recruiting Lesson. This episode has a lesson from my car selling background. You can't get it if you don't ask. We go into information about my family and my business background. A lesson about asking for the sale and being prepared to get a no. July 14th, episode 206. This summer, use the drive-thru. Take advantage of travel and check out college campuses. Make a plan ahead of time are the main themes of this episode. July 21st, episode 207. This is the start of a 4-part series. The first is What to Do Your Freshman Year. When does recruiting start? Work on your individual skills your freshman year. Start talking about college. Start educating yourselves. Start a list of wants. Go to watch college games live or on TV. And work on cleaning up your social media. July 28th, episode 208. What to Do Your Sophomore Year. Review items from your freshman year. Start an introductory email. Start a player profile. Check out the NCAA Eligibility Center. And start prepping for your ACT and SAT tests. Also, start working on your videos. August 4th, episode 209. What to Do Your Junior Year. Most athletes are maturing or are matured their junior year. Start looking for a best school fit. Remember, the next 4 years in college set up your next 40 years. Take or retake the ACT or SAT. Talk to your high school counselors. Check your GPA and your high school class rank. Start sending out your introductory emails and your player profile. Send updates. Send schedules. Be ready for conversations with coaches on the phone or personally. Create questions to the coaches. Keep track of your contacts. Get third-party emails from opposing coaches, from your teachers, and from administrators. Plan official and unofficial visits. Refine your school list and your videos. August 10th, episode 210. What to Do Your Senior Year. If you haven't signed, don't panic. Update or change your list of schools. Things to do if you have made a college decision. Check out the National Letter of Intent. Find out about FAFSA forms, FAFSA forms. What are the parents versus student-athlete responsibilities? Take care of your academics. Be ready athletically when you hit the campus. Be ready for dangling offers if you haven't committed. August 18th, episode 211, an interview with a college athlete, Parker Hanks. This episode gives you Parker's high school career, his college experience so far, reasons he chose Northwestern, and things to do to get a college offer. August 25th, episode 212, an interview with an athlete mindset mentor, Paige Tons. What is an athlete mindset mentor? How did the mentorship get started? Programs for young girl athletes like the Visualization Package and the Confidence Booster Workshop. September 1st, episode 213, Fall Recruiting Update. A jumpstart into the fall. COVID tips if you are not playing or if you are playing. Adjusting your college list of 20 to 50 schools. Spend more time on research. Update your player profile with new times, velocities, weight, and height. Develop questions for coaches and practice asking them. Communicate with your high school coaches. Update colleges on your schedule and your game results. Put together a sports-specific skills day to video. This is a great time to learn how to edit video. Also, make an extra effort in the classroom. Embrace online classes. September 8th, episode 214, an interview with a D1 golf coach, Neil Stafford. Neil is Missouri State's men's golf head coach. We ask him, what does a golf team look like? What kind of competition is there on the course, in practice, and in recruiting? Where do golfers come from? What does a golf season look like? When do golfers get recruited? What do golf coaches want to see in an email? He tells us about golf scholarships and academics. This episode is great for golfers and all other sports. September 15th, episode 215, What to do when it's hard to get recruited. Even if you don't fit a physical sports profile, you can still get a college's attention. Set a list of college parameters. You may have to change your parameters. Personalize your emails. Start prepping for an unofficial visit. Make a college list of 30 to 50 colleges your freshman and sophomore years. Don't give up. Work hard. Find a coach that fits you. Use all your resources. September 22nd, episode 216, Scholarship Information Overload, Part 1. In this episode, we learned there are very few full-ride scholarships in colleges. We give an overview of college sports and their levels of play. What scholarship possibilities at all college levels? What is a full-ride scholarship? Recruiting and scholarship definitions. There are only 145 guaranteed full-ride scholarships possible at a college if they have all 6 sports. Learn that you can get a partial scholarship. This episode covers NCAA Division I and Division II. September 29th, episode 217, Scholarship Information Overload, Part 2. This episode covers NCAA Division III, the NAIA level, and JUCO scholarships. You learn what NAIA is and some advantages of D3, NAIA, and JUCO. October 6th, episode 218, Recruiting Definitions and a Fall 2020 COVID Update. You learn about recruiting jargon. Make sure and go to ncaa.com, naia.com, and njcaa.com. There are too many definitions to list. October 13th, episode 219. Parents, should you live through your student athlete? College sports feelings are revealed. What not to do and what to do when watching your son or daughter play. What sports can do for players and parents. Is it worth it? Yes. Don't miss an opportunity to play. October 20th, episode 220. An interview with Miles Mensa. Miles is with the Student Athletic Combo podcast. Miles is a recent graduate of Hofstra University and played baseball there. His podcast helps student athletes transition to college and college sports. He set parameters of colleges to pick from and played a little give and take to end up at Hofstra. He dealt with injury and COVID in college. He talks about contacting coaches before tournaments and showcases, how his high school coach helped him. He gives advice on ACT, SAT testing. He recommends you work on time management in high school to be prepared for college. October 27th, episode 221, You Can Manage Your Way Through College. Here's a different look at college. Being a manager for a college team. My personal experience. Lessons I learned and benefits of my 4 years in college. In this episode, we start myth number 1 of athletic scholarships, brought to you by the Recruit Me 3.0 system. November 3rd, episode 222. The first steps to an athletic scholarship. Power Pack. There are highlights of the free recruiting Power Pack. Find it on recruit-me.com. You get introduced to the introductory email, the player profile, the recruiting questionnaire, and ways to stay in touch with coaches. Also, there's myth number 2 of athletic scholarships. November 10th, episode 223. An interview with a D1 soccer player's parent, part 1. In this, you find out when Jaden first got attention, how a parent feels when you watch your college player, the benefits of being a college player, how soccer recruiting for both boys and girls happens, high school versus club soccer and recruiting, how to make a school list, and how this family handled coaches' contacts. Also, myth number 3 of the athletic scholarships. November 17th, episode 224. An interview with a D1 soccer player's parent, part 2. We cover how this family handled official and unofficial visits, why the dad looked up the NCAA.org for recruiting rules, how they prepared for the student athlete for interviews with coaches. They learned how scholarships worked, found that soccer ID camps were very important, and give lessons learned to pass on to other student athletes. Also, it is important to get your first offer. This episode finalizes with myth number 4 of athletic scholarships. November 24th, episode 225, covers official visits. You get the definition of an official visit, the rules of an official visit, how food, travel, transportation, and entertainment are handled. You also get myth number 5 of athletic scholarships. December 1st, episode 226, unofficial visits. In this episode, you get the definition of unofficial visits, rules of an unofficial visit, how entertainment is handled, and campus tour rules. Also, check with your high school on their rules for an unexcused absence for a college visit. You'll need to know that you need to set some goals for a visit, be prepared by doing research. And this episode ends with myth number 6 of athletic scholarships. December 8th, episode 227, visualization, goal setting, and planning. We cover how visualization helps your athletic performance and recruiting. You get a definition of visualization, a reminder to go to pagetons.com for a free visualization practice packet. You get benefits of visualization, how laying out goals and plans helps you to encourage you during the recruiting process and see yourself in that college locker room. Check out the Athletic Scholarship 24-month planner and journal on recruitme.com. We end with myth number 7 of athletic scholarships. December 15th, episode 228, a recipe for your college list, ingredients included. Find out what you should do before a showcase or a camp. This episode reminds you to be proactive and do research. Listen to this episode for all the ingredients and get myth number 8 of athletic scholarships. December 22nd, episode 229, an interview with John Fugler, the Recruit Me founder. Find out what John has been up to, how Recruit Me was inspired. We hit topics like parental involvement, effects of COVID, contacting coaches, and more. And get myth number 9 of athletic scholarships. Well, that gives you a breakdown of all the episodes since June of 2020. The goal of Recruit Me is to provide free and inexpensive resources to student athletes and their families to help them to get an athletic scholarship. I hope these podcasts have filled that goal. I'm looking forward to 2021, and I encourage you to visit the recruit-me.com website and check out the 2 books, the Athletic Scholarship Playbook and the Athletic Scholarship 24-month Recruiting Planner and Journal. Contact me at brent@recruit-me.com to get a copy, or you can order on Amazon. Coming up is myth number 10 of the 10 myths about athletic scholarships that is found in the Recruit Me 3.0 athletic scholarship system. This is a comprehensive step-by-step program that you can get sent to you for only $99. This is a special new CEO price that is good through 12/31 of 2020. The system walks you through the recruiting process from start to finish and has helped families get results quickly and effectively. Go to recruit-me.com/system for more details. So, myth number 10. I have received a letter from a coach, so I'm being recruited. Truth. Coaches send out hundreds of letters to athletes they know little about. Chances are there are hundreds of student athletes receiving the exact same letter you did. Why? Because coaches want to know who's interested, so they can begin a recruiting dialogue. Look at stats and evaluate them. I hope you had a great Christmas holiday and will have a blessed new year. We'll see you next year on the Athletic Scholarship Podcast.